Let's talk about your current life situation as well as your business situation, and I can see what I can do to help. Okay. And
Yeah, yeah.
the goal and the agenda for this call today is to check on your Amazon business,
Mhm.
especially there's a lot going on lately with the whole tariff and everything.
Right, right. Yeah, so recently, or after our last conversation, you know, about kind of where I was at, deciding on if I wanted to continue, pushing the brand or not. Um, it was a great meeting, and I went through and I was going to apply for this Amazon funding that I had an offer on, but I it expired by the time I went to go, apply for it. So I basically lost the funding that was offered in February. So I haven't been able to get back to ordering more inventory. So I've just been processing returns and just kind of wrapping up this product pretty much. Um, just due to lack of funding. I went quite negative on my first launch, unfortunately, but
Can you
I'm
share your screen so that I can see what happened? Was it because of the PPC that you learned from Hum?
no, I mean it was a combination of multiple things. So
Well, let's see.
yeah, I mean,
Let's identify the situation.
yeah, so I can share my screen. I'm not really sure what
And sell us board,
yeah, I can share.
know about your situation.
So share screen.
Yeah. But when you first launched, you was profitable, right?
Um, when I first launched, I was profitable. I don't know why it's not okay. Share.
Yes. We were trying to see what's going on.
Yeah. Can you see the seller board?
I can see now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, when I
Can
first
you
launched,
run? Yeah. Can you run the entire journey?
yeah. Go to, let me go to last year. I launched back in May. Let's just go. Yeah, when I first launched, it was good. It was let me go to actual first launch. To, yeah.
Maybe
So
just
this was like my first launch range for the first batch, and um, yeah, I had really high A costs and high returns, but and so unfortunately I did go a little bit negative, but it wasn't enough to like really stop me at that point. I still had momentum going into it. Um, but then on the second and third batch, it was around September. Just my 9 to 5 job, my company was slowing down, and so I was out of work for 2 months, and so that really hit me personally hard because I had to kind of conserve my funds. It made it really difficult to try to push the business while conserving on the personal level. So
yeah.
yeah, like there,
I, I remember that conversation, and I also told you. I remember I told you to slow down too.
yeah, really it's just like and then so when I reordered my second, third, and fourth batch, I was trying to um, push on it, and I think I just pushed too quick because I ordered about like 800 units, but that was my entire capital, And so at that point, I had no extra funds for marketing, and it was just all PPC. And at that point, I still didn't have PPC locked down yet. I think my ACOS was about 65% during that range. And so there was that, the personal work issue. And then on top of that, for the third and fourth batch, I made a modification with my supplier, which they botched it. They messed up on it because they was trying to make the straps uh, make it so that it's more versatile for smaller customers. But what they did was they misinterpreted and extended the size and made it so it was even bigger. A product's a knee massager, and so yeah, it really just that one that caused me to have like a lot of returns from that second, the third to fourth batch going through December, and so that was what really the high refund kind of killed my profits on top of a cost not being quite dialed in yet for PPC. Um, and then, that created this kind of this fear in my head, like, oh, okay, this is not on the right trajectory. And although my sales for the year was, my total sales for the year was, or the revenue was pretty decent. Just the refunds as a whole really, really kind of took out, and the ACOS took out a lot of the profits. And so, then we had that conversation in February, and at the time in January, I had an offer for just funding through Amazon, 20K, and I really wanted to utilize that, but there was just too much fear of me to like actually pull the trigger. And then by the time I talked to you, it was too late going back, and the offer expired in February. So there's just kind of like uh, a, a connection of like three bad decisions that and just for my work for instance, and then the modification with my product, and then kind of that fear, like the three things together kind of brought the business down in a way. I still
No
want
worries.
to, yeah, as far as like, and then of course these tariffs is I'm kind of in hindsight kind of glad that I don't have inventory coming right now, but it does sadden me that I'm not able to push on this without any capital at this point. But you know,
No
uh,
worries.
yeah,
We all live and we learn.
yeah, yeah. I'm
But
definitely.
if you look at the brighter side, you do possess a skill set now that it can become replicable.
Mhm.
But the one thing that I saw that we lack was the product quality.
Yeah.
That is something that we would really, really need to work with the manufacturers to ensure that things like everything in business, when you rush, most of the time, even in daily relationship, when you rush things, nothing good
Mhm.
happen when things are rushed.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I do wish I kind of slowed down in the months of like from September to December. Maybe just ordered less, was a little bit less aggressive with PPC, because I was pushing the PPC at high levels, thinking, the PPC would be enough. But what I've learned is that definitely the PPC is not your what's like that's not going to be what sells the product, and like external marketing is like so important in bringing in the organic sales, which I wish I invested more of the funding into marketing than I had into the inventory and the PPC. But I definitely did learn a lot, and I do know that I can replicate this in the future once I get my capital right. But currently, I have to put this product on pause, and um, hopefully,
Or
I
you
can.
can also work for an Amazon company too, an Amazon business, so you can learn and use the skill. That's going to be another option. But we
Yeah.
live and we learn. But the first battle round was tested and proven that it's worked for you,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, no, I definitely. I definitely believe that, this business plan that, like the things that you guys have taught work. Like it's just about execution. And I definitely found a lot of mistakes that I made and just where I can fix to make it a better execution on the second run at it. Um, my plan is to keep this brand name going. So I'm going to take a pause on ordering inventory just because of capital. And while I just grind out at my 9 to 5 to, save up on that, my plan is to kind of, since this is a fitness product, I want to, uh, I'm learning how to like create a fitness app for it just so that I can at least market the brand name itself and eventually turn back um, to this. But if that doesn't work, then I would just totally start all over and just back to product research, try to look for a different product. But I kind of have two options. But I do want to still I have low capital. I can still push this brand with like an application and marketing, just to build the brand name itself. And it's kind of where I'm at with that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you are make the right choice, and at this stage for you right now, it's just really about um, take minimal steps as well as just taking your time and reflect and learn. Because um, for me, I even though I'm seasoned seller, um, I'm still have to from time to time I do make mistake, and it's similar mistake to what you do. It's just rushing through too fast.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm definitely looking at this as like a stepping stone. It's I wasn't expecting 100% success on the first run, and as long as I can learn from these mistakes and fix it on the next run, then I think I'll be all right.
Absolutely. All right. So for this call today, how can I help?
Um, I mean, I'm kind of just in a corner in the sense that I have to just keep grinding out and building capital again. Um, there's not much I can ask for help for that. That's like just a personal grind that I got to go on. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep growing my mindset and just keep that strong at least.
Hmm. And we're here to support you still. Like I shared with you, you
Hmm.
already possess the skill. Just like your very first car accident, the next time you drive, just make sure you drive with an intention, with patience, and with strategy. Because we have to also look at the reality is you do make sales,
Hmm.
to show that whatever you offer works. It was the return that kill it, as well as the too aggressive PPC costs, while knowing that you don't have a really good quality product. It's just like you're pushing out something bad to people, and it's
Hmm.
backfire.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, reflect and write down and keep the cheat sheet for yourself.
Hmm. Yeah, I am. A lot to learn from this first journey. But,
But one thing I can share with you is let me show you. Um, your number is still a baby number compared to people who lost uh, 30, $40,000,
mhm,
and they are not from our program. So on average, people who do it by themselves lost more money than what you lost. So just think of it
awesome.
as a learning lesson. But average people lost 30,000 or more, and
Yeah.
waste more wasted year without having a foundation.
Hmm.
Some people lost upward to $40,000 in
Yeah.
5 years.
Mhm.
So whatever you think like is lost right now, just think of it as a additional class tuition, but you have a foundation which these people don't have.
Right. Mhm.
Okay?
I mean, the knowledge and the
And
experience is priceless.
and you're not stuck with a bunch of it. Are you stuck with a bunch of inventory right now?
No, I'm down to like 30 units and I'm just selling it off. It's slowly selling off
That's
with no
fine.
advertising. So I'm just
Yeah. As
yeah,
long you're not stuck with a $40,000 worth of candles.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm lucky there.
Yeah, these are people start by themselves.
You're right, right.
So
Yeah.
you're good, man. You're in a good spot. You have the knowledge,
Yeah. Okay.
skill, and just be patient. Don't
I
give
will.
up. Because my first fail, I thought I would have given up, but I didn't.
Mhm. Yeah. I definitely have more of like a business mindset. I do want to keep pushing on FBA. Just again, I just got to get the capital up and redo it with the knowledge that I've earned in the experience. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I have to share. Once I get my funds back up, like I'm excited to get back to it. But for now, I just gotta grind and build up that capital.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Anytime. If you have any question, let me know. Okay.
yeah, I'll definitely reach out. I appreciate it, Justin.
Hey, anytime. Good to connect. And again, you're always, I'm always here for you. So just feel free to participate in the classes. You have my permission to continue to join the classes. Because I want to see you thrive and you have a good heart.
Mm.
And maybe the next product will be the breakthrough for you. Have hope.
I hope so. I
Because
appreciate
if I
it.
did,
Mhm.
because for me, if I never have hope and if I never keep pushing on my first product, I would lose more. And you have the same too. So don't give up.
I won't. Thanks for the motivation and thanks for the kind words. I definitely.
Yeah, join my class, participate, learn, and just keep saving, keep working out, just stacking,
Mm.
and the time will be right. And right now, perhaps looking at is there any U.S. manufacturers that I can bring to Amazon that can leverage my skill? They fund the whole entire product. I just fund my time and knowledge. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
so about leverage.
I'll keep doing my research.
Absolutely.
Well, thank
All
you so
right.
much for your time today. Yeah, I
Mhm.
appreciate it.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon, man.
Talk soon, my brother.
Hello, Jared. Hi, Jared. This is Justin. How are you, sir? I'm good, Justin. How are you? I'm doing good. So Lee Ann is my real estate realtor. Yes, sir. Contract has completed the work. Can you give him a call? Yes. Okay. Not sure what happened there. No worry. May I know? Can you please send me a photos of the things, and then I'll send it to someone just yeah, and then Yep, the photo is being sent right now. It's an upper and lower lock, and I was in a hurry. I installed the lock upside down. It functions fine, but I had another appointment that I had to get to, so I didn't have time to flip it upside down. But it is installed. It does lock. Everything's fine. It's just the schlag is upside down. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah. Will you be I'll able get to back by there and get that fixed? Like I said, but she said she needed that changed out as soon as possible, and I had like 20 minutes and 30 minutes that I could stop by, and that's all I had. No worries, sir. Understandable. I think someone just really broke into our property and it's been living there. So that's why we have to put a new lock. But thank you for the quick response, and I would love to save your contact so Yes, that we sir. Can always reach out to you for any project. Is that okay? Yes, sir. And absolutely. And for the lock right now, it's a temporary fix, but I'm planning to do like an e-lock. Yes, sir. She was telling me about that. Yes, sir.
And I think this is the better way to go for now, just because of the work that you're going to have to get done. So, I mean, this was a temporary fix, but I think it's better than spending the extra money for the electronic.
Yes, sir. And so for now, that is good for now. And do you know when can you come back to have it? Perhaps, do you know any like e-lock that you could recommend to us? Because we do want to change it to like an e-lock one for long-term solution. But for now, everything is good. I do appreciate you on the quick.
Yeah, so I can tell you what I'd recommend. I'd recommend, going online and seeing what it is, because Home Depot does not have a good selection. But they all offer different things. So I would, spend 10 minutes, look on Home Depot, see well, it doesn't even have to be Home Depot. Just go online and see what's out there that would fit your needs. Because if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I think there's even some locks that if you have set up to Wi-Fi, you can literally unlock it with your phone. You can change the codes by your phone. I mean, that's like probably the most updated electronic lock. Or they've got just standard ones where you can, physically go there personally and put in codes every time you got a new tenant coming in or something like that. So that's what I would recommend, is just do a little research, see what fits your needs the best, and then we can install whatever it is that you want.
Yeah, that's awesome. And can you please send me your business card, or let's say your website, so that way I know a list of services that you offer?
Okay, so I will send you a business card. We do not have a website. A little bit about us. It's just my dad and I. We live here in Sebastian. We do new construction. We do remodels, and pretty much almost anything to do with construction. We don't, just so you know, I don't advertise. I just do word of mouth. So that's why I don't have a website, because I don't want to get too busy. I take on what I can, and I don't want people to have to wait 3-4 months down the road. So so that's a little bit about us. It's just a 2-man band, and we have a crew that will pretty much can do drywall work, can do framing, can do painting, caulking, windows, doors. I really like windows and doors. But we can do pretty much anything. We're licensed and insured to do anything from literally concrete all the way up. The only thing we are not licensed to do is like the trades, so HVAC, electrical, and plumbing.
Yeah, understandable. But thank you, sir, for sharing that. And we know Leanne, and she always recommend like good people. So
Yeah,